Welcome back, everyone. We just finished reading Like a Windy Day. And so today for our craft, we're going to make a koi, which is a Japanese fish, very pretty, windsock. And you can take this once you're done and go out and play in the wind with it. And the wind will blow around its tail feathers. Or not tail feathers, tail fins, pardon me. It's a fish, not a bird. So we're going to get our craft bag and pull out the many things that we need. We need the little baggie that has the scales and the yarn and the eyeballs in it. And we need the red strip of construction paper. And we need the toilet paper roll. And the rest of the things we can just put back over here for another day. When you look at your toilet paper roll, I have already punched the 2 holes in it for you for the yarn later. So what you're going to use, and on this, I think it's better if you use a glue stick because it's a little less messy and it'll dry faster than your white glue will do. But if you don't have a glue stick, you can certainly use the white glue. You just don't want to use a whole lot of it. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to start. And what we're starting with is our red piece of construction paper. And we're going to put that down first, and that's where the face is. And you just want to take it and put the glue over the whole piece of red. And then find the place and start, and you want to get it right along the edge, up by the holes, and go right around the top of that until it matches it. And then you just want to make sure that you have it glued on there. Oops, and already it's trying to tell me it's not going to stick. You have to be kind of fast with the glue stick because it dries very quickly. There we go. Now, I punched the holes into the cardboard part for you, but you're going to have to take like either a pen or a pencil, and this is for the adult to do, and look in here and see where the holes are that I've punched through, and you're just going to take this and punch through the outside of it from the outside in. And that'll be where your little friend will be putting the yarn in. So, our next part is we are now going to open our little bag. And tissue paper is very light and it wrinkles easy and it tears easy. So I have given you a lot of extras. And if you look at this one, I did the colors all over. You could do stripes if you want, or you could do it like this. There are not enough colors to do a single color, but we want it to be colorful. So you just want to empty out your pieces. And you want to take your yarn out, put that aside for a minute, and you'll find 2 little white circles. These are the eyeballs. You want to put the pupil part in with either a marker or a crayon. I'm going to use a marker so it's easier for you to see. And all I do is I draw 2 smaller circles in the big white circle. And that will be going. When you look at your fish, where you have the 2 holes, you want to put the eyeballs in between the 2 holes, kind of like that. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Here's our first one. So I'm looking at where I have the 2 holes, and I'm going to put it halfway between. And I'm going to take my other one, put the glue on it, find the other side, see where I put that one, and line it up. So now my fish has the head part color and the eyes on it. Now, with this, you would think that you would start up here and work down, but no, you want to start down at the bottom. Oh, also, go ahead and take the long strips out and put those aside, because that's the tail fins. Oops. So now you have the scales. And you can do them any color arrangement you want. And I'm just going to start with, I think I'll start with the yellow one. So I put the glue stick, and now I'm going to start down here at the bottom, and I want to have it overlap just a little bit. So I have a tiny little bit that's off the end of the paper roll. And then I'm just going to take another color, glue this, and then like I said, I want to overlap just a little bit, and by overlap I mean this. I go back and I put some of it on top of the yellow. And if I don't do it fast enough, the glue will dry. That's the one problem with the glue stick. You have to kind of do it quickly because the glue stick dries fast. So I'm overlapping just a little bit. I'm going to take another color. Overlapping just a little bit. And another color. And if you can see how I'm picking these up, I'm using the glue stick to kind of help me, because the tissue paper is sometimes a little difficult to pick up. And so right now I have yellow, green, red, purple. So I think I'm going to use my last color, which is kind of like a turquoise. So I've got all 5 of my colors here. And then I'm going to start all over again. And now I'm going to mix my colors. And just go along. And now I'm coming to the point where I'm going to start the second row of them. And so what you want to do this now, so I have colors all the way around. Now I'm going to glue the whole piece. And you just want to go like in between. So it starts looking like fish scales. And you're just going to continue doing this all the way up your fish. So you're overlapping and you're getting different colors in here. And just continue this all the way up, overlapping it a little bit. You don't want to overlap too much because you want to see the other colors. So see how it's starting to look all nice and shiny. Now I'm almost up to the head part. And so now what I want to do is, before I wasn't too careful. It didn't really matter if it was a little crooked. But now I'm going to try and be a little more careful with it. And I'm going to line it up with the bottom of the red construction paper. And as you see, I'm going to have a lot of it left over. So if I wanted to make it so I just used like 2 colors on my fish, I probably would have had enough to do that. Because if I counted correctly when I cut all these things out, I think I gave you 8 scales of each color. So that gives you plenty of color choices for your windsock. And so now I have it completely covered, as you can see. And so now for the tail feathers, I'm just going to take them, and what you're going to do is you're just putting the glue at the bottom, and you're gluing it on the inside. You're finding where its eyes are, and you're gluing it on the bottom half. And can you see how I'm doing that? I'm just gluing it inside the bottom. And I'm putting them next to each other. And if they overlap a little bit, that's okay. You just want to get a few of them to be like streamers, like at the bottom of a kite. Now I'm almost done. Now all I need to do is put in my yarn. And if you look at your yarn, you'll see that one end has tape around it. And that's so the yarn doesn't unravel while you're trying to thread it through. So you just have your little friend poke it through the one side. And then you go, that was one, you went from the outside, now you're coming from the inside and you're poking it through the hole again. So it's like this. Then you just take the two ends and you do a little knot. And your koi fish, Windsock, is now finished. Go have some fun outside with the wind with your koi Windsock.